in the morning.
Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. Today is an absolutely crazy day in the soap world, and we have a ton of explosive developments to break down. Make sure you are subscribed because you will not want to miss a single update on this wild Genoa City drama. Let's get right into the thick of it. Oh my god, I am literally typing this at 2 a.m. because I cannot sleep after what I just watched. I cannot believe they did that. I mean, seriously. Just when we thought we were finally out of the woods, they pull the rug right out from under us in the most vicious way possible. I am shaking. And I know some people are loving this twist because they have never been Diane Jenkins fans, but personally, I am an absolute wreck. Diane collapsing, falling into a deep coma. After everything they just went through to get back to each other, it is sick, it is twisted, and it is exactly why I love and hate this show all at the same time. I've been watching since 2015, and this is honestly one of the most brutal, gut-wrenching fake-outs they have ever pulled on us. Let's back up for a second because I need to process this properly. So, we all watched that beautiful, tear-jerking reunion, right? Jack and Diane were finally in the clear. Carl had rushed her to the hospital, the medics had neutralized the digitalis poison from Patty's syringe, and she was awake. She was smiling. Diane actually looked at Jack, after all the horrific yacht trauma and the kidnappings, and said she forgave him. She actually forgave him. Jack was crying, promising to spend the rest of his life mending her heart. They shared this incredibly passionate, sweeping kiss. It was pure soap opera magic. I was sitting here on my couch, clutching a throw pillow, thinking, wow, the writers actually let them be happy. But nope. Because in Genoa City, happiness is just the appetizer before the tragedy main course. And then it happened. 1 minute they are holding hands, talking about their future and feeling so relieved that Patty Williams is finally behind bars, and the next minute, absolute chaos. Diane's eyes roll back, her body starts convulsing violently, the monitors start screaming that awful, high-pitched flatline sound that haunts my nightmares. Her body just gives out completely right there in the hospital bed. Jack is screaming for help, his voice cracking in that specific way Peter Bergman does so perfectly when he's playing absolute devastation. The doctors rush in, pushing Jack out of the way to start life-saving measures. I was literally screaming at my TV. I mean, how do you go from a romantic, soul-healing reunion to a full-blown code blue in 60 seconds? It was jarring. It was horrifying. I kind of felt like I was having a heart attack right along with her. So the doctors come out looking grim. And let me just go off on a tangent here. Genoa City Memorial Hospital has the worst doctors on the planet, I swear. First, they say she's cured, and the neutralizing meds worked. And now suddenly it's a rare complication. Are you kidding me? They explained that the digitalis in Patty's syringe had a delayed reaction. The poison had already seeped so deep into her system that it caused a sudden, catastrophic failure. They are talking about sudden heart failure. They are talking about permanent brain damage, a deep coma. I am sorry, but how did they miss this? Didn't they run a full toxicology screen and monitor her heart rate for more than 5 minutes? Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. The medical jargon doesn't even matter right now. What matters is that Diane is hovering on the absolute brink of death, and there is nothing anyone can do but watch her slip away. Can we talk about Jack for a minute? Because my heart is bleeding for this man. Jack Abbott has lost so much in his life. He has been through hell and back over the last few months. He was kidnapped by Victor Newman, drugged by Patty Williams, sexually compromised on a yacht, and then blamed for it by the love of his life. And just when he finally clears his name, just when he gets Patty arrested and Diane looks into his eyes and forgives him, this happens. He is a broken man. The look on Jack's face when the doctor said the word coma will stay with me forever. He just collapsed into a chair, completely shattered. He is terrified of losing her. And you know the guilt is eating him alive. He's blaming himself for letting Patty get anywhere near them. If he had just stopped Victor, if he had just seen through the setup earlier, Diane wouldn't be in this hospital bed with a machine breathing for her. It is wildly ironic if you think about it. Remember when they tried this with Diane back in 2011? Yeah, didn't work then either. Well, technically she faked her death back then. She orchestrated her own murder in the park, used a moored body, framed Nikki Newman, and left Jack and Ka to mourn her for over a decade. She put them through absolute psychological torture. And now she is actually dying for real. It's like karma came back with a vengeance, but it feels so cruel. I know a lot of fans in the forums are saying she deserves this for what she did to Nikki and the Abbotts back in the day. But I'm sorry, nobody deserves to be poisoned by a psycho like Patty Williams. Diane has worked so hard to redeem herself, to rebuild her relationship with Kyle and Jack. To see it all snatched away by a delayed reaction to Digitalis is just brutal. And let's talk about Patty freaking Williams for a second. That woman. I am so enraged I could punch a wall. Patty is sitting in an interrogation room right now, probably smiling that creepy, vacant smile of hers, while Diane is fighting for her life. Patty won. Even behind bars, her toxic, venomous plan is working. She wanted Jack all to herself, and if she couldn't have him, she wanted Diane out of the picture permanently. And she might actually get her wish. It makes me sick to my stomach. Victor Newman financed this woman. Victor brought this ticking time bomb back into their lives, and now Diane is paying the ultimate price. If Diane dies, her blood is on Victor's hands just as much as it is on Patty's. Jack is going to unleash a holy war on Victor when this is over, and honestly, I am here for it. But the tragedy doesn't stop at the hospital doors, because what the heck is going to happen to Jabbit? The Abbott Empire is practically crumbling as we speak. Jack is completely Mia. He refuses to leave Diane's bedside. He is sleeping in that uncomfortable plastic hospital chair, holding her lifeless hand, begging her to wake up. He can't run a multi-million-dollar cosmetics company right now. He can barely remember to breathe. The uncertainty of Diane's survival has completely paralyzed him. The board members are probably panicking, the stock prices are going to fluctuate, and the entire corporate world of Genoa City is watching the Abbott family fall apart. So, who is left to pick up the pieces? Kyle and Ashley. Poor Kyle. My God, this kid cannot catch a break. He spent his entire childhood mourning a mother who wasn't really dead. Then he gets her back, builds this beautiful bond with her, defends her against the entire town, and now he has to watch her hooked up to life support. Kyle is stepping up at Jabbit because he has to, but you can see the desperation in his eyes. He is terrified. He is frantically calling specialists all over the world, desperately looking for any experimental treatment, any miracle drug that can reverse the brain damage and heart failure. He is running Jabbit during the day and spending his nights crying over his mother's comatose body. It is a masterclass in acting from Michael Miller, honestly, but it is so painful to watch. He is trying to be strong for Jack, but Kyle is breaking inside. And then there is Ashley. Oh, Ashley Abbott. We all know Ashley has never been Diane's biggest fan. In fact, she has actively hated Diane for years and tried to run her out of town on multiple occasions. But Ashley loves Jack. And seeing Jack this destroyed is breaking Ashley's heart. So she is stepping up. She is putting her personal feelings aside to help Kyle keep Jabbit afloat. I kinda love this dynamic, honestly. Ashley having to save the company while simultaneously trying to support the brother who is grieving the woman she despises. It adds so many layers of complex family drama. The Abbott family is facing their biggest test yet. They are united against Victor and Patty, but the sheer weight of this tragedy threatens to tear them apart from the inside out. I just keep wondering what the medical endgame is here, because this is a soap, right? People don't just stay in comas forever unless the actor is leaving the show. Is Susan Walters leaving? God, I hope not. So what are Kyle and Ashley going to find? Are they going to fly in some rogue specialist from Switzerland? Will Nate Hastings suddenly come out of corporate retirement, realize his true calling, and perform some miracle surgery to save Diane's heart? Or maybe Diane will need a heart transplant. Oh my God, what if that's the twist? What if someone else dies in a tragic accident and Diane gets their heart? My mind is spinning with the possibilities. I am equal parts dreading it and totally here for it. Even if Diane wakes up, what then? The doctors warned about permanent brain damage. What if she wakes up and doesn't remember Jack? What if she forgets that she forgave him? I will throw my television out the window if they do an amnesia storyline right now. We already have Matt Clark faking amnesia or whatever is happening there. We do not need Diane losing her memory too, but it would be the ultimate tragic twist. Jack finally gets his wife back, but she doesn't know who he is. Or maybe she wakes up with a completely altered personality because of the brain damage. The uncertainty is killing me. The fate of their epic love story is just hanging in the balance, dangling by a thread over a precipice of medical jargon and beeping machines. And think about the psychological toll this is taking on Jack. Every time he closes his eyes, he probably sees Diane collapsing. He is flashing back to all the times he thought he lost her, to the years he spent grieving her fake death, to the moment he saw Patty holding that syringe. It is pure trauma. Jack is going to need intensive therapy after this. He is already a recovering addict. I just pray this immense stress doesn't push him toward a relapse. The writers better not go there. Jack needs to stay strong, but how much can one man take before he completely shatters? He is holding on to hope by the absolute tips of his fingernails. I also want to know how Victor is going to react to this news. Is he going to feel even a shred of guilt? Probably not. Victor Newman always justifies his actions. He will probably say Diane was collateral damage in his war against Jack, or blame Patty entirely and wash his hands of it. But Nikki is going to be horrified. Even with her own health crisis and her vision loss, hearing that Diane is in a coma because of Patty whom Victor brought back is going to push Nikki further away from Victor. This could be the final nail in the coffin for Victor and Nikki's marriage. The ripple effects of Diane's collapse are going to touch every single family in Genoa City. I need a drink. Or a nap. Probably both. I know I am way too invested in these fictional characters, but when the writing hits this hard, you can't help but get sucked in. The Abbott family is in the fight of their lives. Jack is shattered and paralyzed by fear. Kyle is desperate and frantic. Ashley is holding the fort at Jabbit despite her complicated feelings. And Diane is trapped in the dark, fighting a silent battle against a poison that was meant to destroy her. I'm going to be glued to my screen next week, praying for a miracle but bracing for the absolute worst. Am I the only one who thinks Victor needs to pay for this immediately? I want Jack to go full ruthless businessman and dismantle Newman Enterprises piece by piece if Diane doesn't make it. Okay, I need to stop ranting before I wake up my neighbors. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I am losing my mind over here.